Welcome in the sewing room, everyone. I'm so glad y'all are here. We're going to make something that I cut out several months ago. You know, I did that. Cut out several things, and then lo and behold, just got my mind went to something else, and we jumped ship, and now we're back on this ship, and we're trying to right this ship right here. A circle bag, a simple little circle bag with a zipper closure. This is a free pattern on Sally Tomato website, and they give you a YouTube video as well. I have not watched theirs because you know I'm not going to make it like their pattern tells you to, because I don't do that. So I'm going to tell you what you need. You go get it out, and then you come back, and we'll get to sewing. You need a half a yard of fabric or a fat quarter, 25 inches wide, which is basically a fat quarter, a little bit more. And you need a zipper, and you need some hardware. It calls for a hardware kit, chain strap connector, slide buckle, and tassel cap, which I bought my tassel already done because I couldn't find the little tassel things unless you had to order them. And I thought they were kind of expensive, more than buying the little tassel. This is leather. It won't fray. And I'm not making my strap. I'm using webbing because, you know, why not? It's more sturdy, and it's black, and it'll be perfect. And I dropped a pin. There it is. And I picked this zipper tape up when I was in Nashville. I did. From Stitcher's Garden. Y'all love that place. I do. Love it. Cannot wait to go back to Nashville just to get to go there. See, it's just silver, and it's stripes, so it'll be real pretty with what we're doing here. So let me show you the fabric, and then I got these little slide buckles. These came from Hobby Lobby. You can get them anywhere. And then I've got these two little rings right here, swivel hook oval rings, came from Sally Tomato. All right, and we're going to use some of our Tula Pinks, black and white fabrics with the little skunks on it. Isn't it cute? It's just so stinking cute. Oh, and I made a funny. It really is stinking cute. And I fussy cut this on my fabric so I would have the little skunk on the front and one on the back. All right. They don't call, do they call for lining? They don't call for lining, but I'm going to line it. I wasn't quite as particular with the lining cuts. And they do not call for putting any interfacing or anything like that in it. And I'm using my Peltex stiff stuff, and I'm going to go up there and press it on. But I'm using that because I don't want my bag to droop. And if you don't put something in this, it's going to droop, and it's not going to stay in a circle. And I want mine to stay in a circle. And then just this pretty Tula Pink is what we're using for the top and the bottom. And then our lining around our zipper and our zipper ends. We're going to use this right here. Okie doke. Go get your stuff, come back, and we'll get started. Okay, y'all got all your stuff together? I'm going to tell you what to cut. You need 2 circles. These are 8 inch. You can make it bigger or smaller or whatever your little heart desires, but you need 2 circles. And you need 2 circles cut of your Peltex, okay? And you need 2 lining circles cut. That's your 4 main pieces. Okay, we got that. It says your finished bag is 8.5 inches wide, but if you cut your circles 8 inches, that's not going to be that. But anyway, anywho, Anywho. You need to cut one piece of your front gusset for your zipper, 15 inches by 1.5. And the other, or 1.5, that's this one. I'm pretty sure it's one. No, that's not. That's just 1 inch. This is for something else. That's for the ends of your zipper. This is your 1.5 inch piece. This is your 2.5 inch piece. 2.25 by 15 inches. This is what you're going to sew your zipper to. All right? Right there. We're going to sew our zipper to that. And you need your bottom. It says to cut 1. Three and a half by 14 inches. All right, but since we're putting a lining in it, I've cut 2. All right, I'm going to show y'all how to put this lining in. It's going to be easy peasy. Easy peasy. All right, to start with, we're going to cut us off a piece of our zipper right here. This is just zipper tape. All right, and I'm going to leave a little bit on each end here, and I'm going to cut this. And no, you do not want to use your good scissors. You do not. Let me grab my old scissors. Because if you cut metal with those, you might as well throw them in the garbage. All right, I'm going to cut in just like that on that side, and I'm going to cut in on this side just like this. And then I'm going to pull this apart. If I can. No, I can't. So I'm just going to have to cut right across it. I'm going to try not to cut the actual teeth. Kind of have to go around those little teeth, if that makes sense. All right, there's our zipper tape. And like I said, I cut it longer than this for a reason. Because we can't make it longer if we cut it too short. All right, so to start with, we're going to lay this pretty side down to pretty side. Pretty side to pretty side, right like this. See that? Pretty side to pretty side. That means the part with your teeth goes right here. All right? And we're going to take this over there and we're going to stitch down through there right along this edge. About 1/4 inch in right here. You can use your zipper foot, but you probably may not have to unless you're sewing right over next to the edge here. But I want part of my zipper to show because after all, it's a pretty zipper. So we want part of it to show. So I'm going to stitch right along this edge. Okay? Right like that. And then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to sew it over on the other side. Let's go over here and let's sew this. All right. Can y'all see good? Bring y'all down here so you can watch. All righty. Have I got thread? I do. And I do have thread. I'm going to change my foot back to just my regular 1/4 inch foot. This is not a zipper foot. It's just a regular 1/4 inch seam foot. That means this right here is a 1/4 inch. All right. So I'm going to lay this down here. And I'm just going to start sewing. But I'm going to sew it in about 1/8 inch. Because like I said, I want that zipper to show. And I'm just going to zippity-doo-dah it right up through here. And you'll notice there's not a zipper pull on this yet. We're going to do that in a few minutes. All right, look at that. Now see, doesn't that zipper show up pretty? That's what we want. We want that zipper to be pretty right there. Okay, and then we turn this back like this to stitch it. You don't have a raw edge. All right, now let's sew this side on. And these you want to make sure you get them started and stopped at the same place, because you don't want it to be up here, because then it wouldn't fit right. Okay, going to sew this one the same way. Back stitch when you start and you stop to hold it in place. All right, now then, I'm going to take this over there and I'm going to press it. All right, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to top stitch this down right up through there. Okay. All right, there is this. Can y'all see that good? I don't know if the light's good or not in here today. The sun's bright. Now I'm going to top stitch right along here. Just using this foot right here, I'm just going to top stitch it right along there. Flip it around here and top stitch this side the same way. There we go. Now that's going to hold that into place. Now then, I'm going to pull my zipper apart if I can. Dang, this zipper doesn't want to come apart. There we go. All right, now then, I've got to get me a zipper pull. So y'all just hold on. All right, I got us a zipper pull put on there. It helps if you get the right size zipper pull for your zipper. It does. And I got one. So there we go. I got a pink one. You know, these came from Sally Tomato. They are Toodle Pink. Yes, they are pink. So there's the top part of our bag. Let me grab the rest of our pieces. This should sew up in no time flat. This is our bottom. This is wider because, you know, I left this extra here. That's okay. We can cut it down. No worries. All right, now then, we are going to make our lining. The lining piece. All right, here we go. One of these. Fold it in half. Just like this. Just kind of finger press it just a little bit. And I'm going to fold this in half. Just because that's just what I'm going to do. Don't have to. You can stick it anywhere. But you want to put it right sides together. And I'm going to clip it. Right here to start with. And then I'm going to come around here and I'm just going to put a few clips in it. Just kind of so I know where kind of to start will be. Just for my own sanity purposes here. All right, now then. Or should I sew that to this? I think maybe I should sew these two. No. How am I going to do this? Let me think. I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to start with our outside pieces because surprise, surprise, surprise. I can figure this one out a little bit better if I do the outside first. Okay, so for the outside, we are going to start by sewing this on right like this. Okay, right across the end here. See this? And yes, I know they're kind of off right there. And I just pulled that all the way off, just pretty as you please. So let's see if we can put it back on. Let's see how hard it is to get back on, y'all. Now then, I've got them lined up a little bit better. All right, now then, see if I can pop that together to hold it because I want it to be together. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just manually putting that zipper together with my fingers. You can do that just to hold it. That's what I wanted to do. All right, now then, I'm going to lay this right here, just like this. And I'm going to sew this across here. Very easily sew this. And you want to go back and forth right here over this because that is going to hold the end of your zipper. Just go very slow. And you want to do this several times. All right. Now then, see, that'll zip that up. All right, now this one, we're going to do the same way. We're going to come over here. We're going to line this up. And we're going to sew it. Being very careful as we go across our zipper so we don't break our needle. Alrighty. Now then, here's our top and our bottom. And I'm going to cut away the rest of this zipper right here. And I'm going to take a lighter and I'm going to singe it. I'll show you how to do that. You want to take your lighter right here. And just kind of melt it a little bit. And that'll keep it from raveling the whole thing. Alrighty, we're going to do that to both ends. You don't really want to catch it on fire because you don't want to burn your house down or burn up your bag, but that's what you do. Alrighty, now then, this we're going to turn back like this. See that? That to be like that. This to be like this. Okay? We'll finish all that here in a minute. But first we need to find the bottom. We want to find the center, and I want my skunk to be right side up. Okay? So do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to find the center. And I'm going to put me a pin right there. That's the center of the bottom. And this is the bottom. Okay? We're going to find the center of the bottom. We're going to put it right there. And we're just going to start clipping this till we get up here to a side seam. Okay? It's going to clip. I swear these windows are so dirty. It looks like this house is on fire. It looks like there's smoke in here. Like I said, you want this to be down, okay? Toward the bottom. No, that's the wrong bucket. Like I said, they give you a video tutorial on how to do this if you want to follow theirs. But I'm just doing mine my way because, after all, I don't follow directions well. This may be a little bit long, you all. And if it is, we'll fix it here in a minute. Because I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. All right, so for right now, I'm going to start. Actually, I'm going to rip that out. Well, I'll just do this. Because I sewed over that zipper so many times, I may never get it ripped out without tearing up the zipper. This is why you kind of do need some instructions, but you don't have to have them if you're willing just to make it up as you go along. And that's what I do. Most of the time, I just make it up as I go along. Well, it didn't sew, y'all. I guess I'm out of bobbin thread. No, got plenty of bobbin thread. For some reason, it didn't sew, and actually, I'm glad it didn't. Because I'm thinking now, I need some Peltex in the bottom of that so that stuff doesn't just hang down, okay? So I'm going to cut me a little piece of Peltex and I'm going to press it onto this. All right, so I'll be right back. Okie doke. I put me some Peltex on here, right here. Came in my 1/4-inch seam because we don't want a big bulky seam. And we're just going to start sewing this around. All right, now then, I should have sewn it from the end, not the middle, shouldn't I? But ding dongy me didn't do that. So now let's do it the right way. All right, there's our bottom. Now then, let's sew the other side to this side. Oh, this is going to be cute when we get it done. But I'm just trying to figure it out as I go along. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go along. Yes, I am. That's what you get with me. We just go on the fly and just start sewing, and we really don't know what we're doing. We just figure it out as we go along. Because we can always take it out. As ye sow, so shall ye reap. That's my motto. Because I usually do. If it's something I've never made before, I always have to rip something out. But I'm not going to be scared, and I'm not going to let it beat me. I'm figuring it out. Okie doke. Well, let's sew this other side up here because it didn't get sewn for whatever reason. Okie doke. Now then, we got it all sewn up there. Look how pretty it is. It'll just set up all by itself. Can y'all see that? Look, it'll just sit up here all by itself. But this, we need to turn the other way, okay? Turn it right. No, let's leave this. No, we're going to turn it. Because if we don't turn it now, we might not get it turned. All right. All righty. Okay, look how cute it is. Y'all can put pockets on the inside, outside, whatever your little heart desires, you can do. Okay, now then, let's do the same thing with this. We got to sew these two pieces. But these will be easier because there's no Peltex involved. Okay, I had to stop, walk around a little bit and think about how to put this together. That's what I do sometimes. I think I have it figured out. I should have continued sewing this to this, okay? Just like I was going to in the beginning, okay? So I'm going to now come back and resew this on one side, okay? Just one side. And if I have to rip this out just a little bit, I'm going to, because I think I need to just a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? So let's sew this, and since that has a hole in it, I'm going to sew it. This would have been easier laying flat, would it not? Yes, it would have. I should have done that, shouldn't I? Well, you know, I don't always do things the easy way. Sometimes I like to do them the hard way. This is one of those things that I'm just doing the hard way. All right. All right, let's rip out some more. If you had not put the Peltex in it, it would have been a little easier. Just saying, but you know, I don't do the easy way, not always. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do real easy peasy projects, but this one was one that I had in my head exactly how I was going to do it, and then I slept several times actually. Heard that old saying, I've slept since then. Well, yeah, I have. More than once I have slept. So, all right, now then, let's see if we can sew this to this. Right along here. Like I said, I have no idea how they want you to put this together. I will make you all a pattern for a cute little circle bag, and I may even put some pockets in it and some things. But that will come in a future video and at a future time. Because we're going to figure this out. Now go real slow as you go across your teeth, and go across them several times. Because that's your zipper stop. All right, now then. We've got to come over here and sew it onto this side now. Okay. So here again, we've got to rip some of this loose so that we can Somebody thanked me one time for showing them that everything doesn't go together just perfect. Well, you know what? Things don't. And somebody said something to me one time, well, mine doesn't look perfect. Well, y'all, in nature, there's absolutely nothing perfect. There is nothing perfect in nature. So if yours does not come together perfectly, you know what? That's perfectly fine. Because it's probably not meant to come together perfect. All right, let's sew this side on. Go slow across your zipper teeth. Because this makes your zipper stop. All right, now then. Oh, mercy. Y'all, I forgot my handle. We got to put a handle on it. Otherwise, it's just a little round bag. Which would be cute for makeup or something, wouldn't it? But we got to put our handle in here. And it goes right here at our zipper teeth. Lo and behold, it does. All right, so here we go. We're going to rip this out again. Might not rip it all the way across, just a little ways. You just need right there where your zipper is, okay? There again, I'm not thinking. I'm going to rip this out, and then I'll be back. All right, I got those ripped out, finally. And for our strap, you need 2 little D-rings. And they're called D-rings because they look like the letter D. I don't know which is right and which is wrong for y'all. Anyway, they look like the letter D. Straight down this side and curved on this side. You need 2 of those. And you need 2 little tabs for these. And for that, I cut my pieces 4 inches by 4 inches. Okay? And you fold it in the middle and you press it. And then you fold it each half to the middle again and you press it all down. And then we're going to stitch this down through here and down through here. You don't have to stitch across the ends because that's going in a seam. But you need to stitch both sides so that they look pretty. Okay, just top stitch them down both sides. Plus it holds it all together, you know. Okay, now then, you want to put this on your D-ring. Fold it over. Just like that. Just like that. See, now you have 2 of them. See that? Now I have 2 of these. Now then, you want to take this and put it pretty sides together. And you want to lay it right there at the end of your zipper, right here. And you want to sew it right in this seam, right at the end of your zipper. Okay? So here we go again, and I hope this is the last time I have to rip this out. And because this is our strap, I want it stitched very well. And you want to do that to both sides. Okay? You want to put it in the middle between your bottom gusset and your top gusset. Okay? Then you just want to stitch it. About 3 or 4 times. All right? Now then, we can go on to our next step, which is to sew this all the way around. Okay? All right, let's flip this. Okay, now then, see this? We are going to just continue stitching this all the way around the edge, right here. Just like this, 1/4 of an inch in, all the way around. And you probably have to go a little slower maybe. Flip that down. All right, I got that sewn. And I sewed it all the way around its little circles right here. But you want to make sure you unzip it, because if you don't, it's going to be a lot more difficult, okay? So now then, we've got to sew this in. But first thing we need to do is on our sides right here, we need to turn this in and press it. Just turn those sides down a little bit and press them, because that's what is going to, matter of fact, you want to do that twice. You want to turn them down twice. Well, no, just once. Just turn it in. That's right. Y'all, I've thought about this so much that my brain is going, do you even know what you're doing? And no, I do not. And I know y'all are out there saying, good Lord, it's taken her forever to make this simple little bag. Yeah, it is, because there's no instructions, nothing for me to go by. I just had to figure it out on my own. And yeah, I guess I could have watched their video, but I don't do that. Y'all know that. That's not me. I don't do that. All Turn those down and press them about 1/4 of an inch or so. Okie doke. Now then, you're going to take this. First, you're going to turn this right side out. Okay? You want to turn this one right side out because it'll be easier. Okay? You want to turn it right side out. Just like so. Because this is the outside of our bag. But you want to leave your zipper turned like this. Okay? I think, y'all, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. Because we got to sew that around that to attach it. We're attaching it right around here to this part. Yes. And then we're going to put it down inside of this. Just like this. See that? Pull this up to where it comes in right here. Y'all, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go along. All right, now then, we're going to sew this right around here. Right around the top. Going to leave these sides open because that's where you're going to flip it through. Okay? So leave your sides open and just stitch around the top. There's one side. Now let's do the other side. Make sure your zipper's on the middle inside this, okay? Just like this. Make sure your zipper's on this inside between your lining and your outside. Okay? Like I said, y'all, I do not know if this is going to work, but this is what I'm doing, and I will figure out a better way and make y'all a pattern. Just be patient with me. All right. Okay, let's start it on this side because, let's see if oh, gotta leave that unzipped. Make sure that's back out of the way. All right, now then, we're going to turn this to the inside, okay? If we can. If we can. I'm going to try our very, very best. we're still having to pull all this through here. So just get in here and pull it. That's all I know to tell you. Just start poking it in there. Okay. Alrighty. Now then. Now then. Now then, we're going to finish this off on the inside. Just like this. So we get it all poked out. Just like this. And then the inside, right here, we're going to turn this down. And we're going to stitch it right across here, like this. Right across there. Right here, we're going to stitch it right across here, okay? So it's all turned in. And we're going to stitch it right down through here. And then just across, actually, let's just stitch across this. Okay, just across your lining piece right here. We're going to stitch just across here. On that side piece right there. We're going to stitch right across there. Then I'm going to show you how we're going to attach it all. Alright, now then, get it all poked down in there good. And we're going to stitch. Pull this out good. Make sure you've got this zipper piece pulled good. So it's all poked out through there really good. Okay. Then we're going to leave a little bit of that up right like that. We're going to turn this in on the sides. And y'all know I don't like to do anything by hand. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to stitch this on the top. Top stitch it. Right down through here. Right on where that right by where that zipper is. Okay? Be sure you're not catching anything you don't want to catch. Alright, do the same thing on this side. See, and it gives you a little gusset right there. Alright, Now we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Although I've got it too short now. Y'all, I'm just not with it tonight. This is like just nothing but a hot mess. I will figure out an easy way to make a circle bag. I will. I'll figure it out. And we'll put a lining in it. And a zipper. But this ain't it. Okay? This ain't the easy way. So, okay, mercy, Wall. I'm going to come up with a pattern because I don't like the way I put this one together. So this project is what I'm going to call a fail project, although it's turning out cute. But I'm going to have to do some handwork on the inside to take this lining down right here on the sides. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all to do that. As a matter of fact, it's just there's a pin in it. That's the problem with that. I've got a pin stuck right there. That's not letting that turn out. Okay. But I'm going to come in here and finish this off by hand on the inside. But I think I know an easier way. So we'll make this bag again with better directions and put some pockets in it, but not make it a little bit bigger. I don't know. I'm going to fix it, come up with my own pattern when it's easy peasy for you all with easy directions. All right. This one, it basically, I told you everything it was. It was a half circle that you're supposed to print out and take together and cut your circles, and then tells you the other pieces, and that's all it tells you to do. Okay? There are absolutely zero directions. So, and it does not call for it to be lined. If I didn't line it, well, it went together easy peasy. But I don't like all these raw seams on the inside of my bag. I like for it to look pretty on the inside of my bag, and this one will. And I'm done. All right, for our handle, I want to make this a crossbody because that's what I like the most. And you're going to need 2 of these little swivels, okay? Because we've got our D-rings, and this shall clip on just like that, okay? Easy peasy, right? Yes, indeed. All right, but to cover the ends of this, because I don't want it to fray, I want it to look kind of pretty. Took me just a square or a rectangle piece of fabric. Turned it in on both sides, top and bottom right here. Turned this side in and pressed it just a little bit. Turned this side in and pressed it. Now then, I am going to lay this right here. Turn y'all down so you can see. Right here. Lay this right here. Turn this in, just like this. And turn that in just like that. Turn this one in first, and then the smaller one, just like that. And you should have it, just like that. See that? Then we're going to turn this down, just like so, and boom, we've got that done. All right, we're going to stitch it. And I'm stitching it into a cross in the middle, cross stitch in the middle of it. and then down the sides. And that should hold it. All right, now then, we are going to stitch this. We've already put our slide buckle on here. See this? This is our slide buckle right here. Okay? So, I need to lay this out. This needs to go. Got my slide buckle upside down. So, we're going to turn it over. Hope I can get this out of there. I can. All right, let's lay this down here so we know what we got going on. That's the back. This is the front. So this right here is the front. Okay, this is the front. So we're going to go down. And up. And back down. Is that right? Nope, I got it on upside down again. I'll figure it out, you all. This is something that has always been hard for me. If you all know a trick or something easy to remember how to do this, please tell me. All right, so here we go. This is the right side. We want our buckle to be on the right side. This way. Down this way. And back through this way. All right, is that right now? All right, if we've got our bag on, turn y'all up. If we've got our bag on like this, and we want to be able to slide this, then it needs to go this way. This way. This way. And all right, I'm going to figure it out. I'll be right back. I've never had anything buffalo me like this simple little slidey clasp. They come on all sorts of adjustable strap bags, belts, everything. This thing completely and totally buffaloed me. I am telling you, this thing was a pain in my bootate. I'm going to show y'all how to do it so you know how. And so maybe I can remember how. And I'm going to show you on this. I've already put the strap on our bag here. Got it on there and got it fixed, okay? I'm telling you, this is just this extra little piece here. This thing completely buffaloed me. All right, here you go. You take it up and over, okay? Just like that. Slide this way over here out of your way because you don't need that anymore. Then, if you're going to put it on one of these, or let me just grab I'm just going to use this piece of cardboard right here. Let me cut a hole in it. We're going to pretend that this is our little swivel hook right here. See that? It's just got a big hole. That's what we're going to pretend this is. Okay? Y'all got that? We put this on and we slid it way up here out of our way. See that? Then you're bringing this through here like this. All right. This ought to work, right? But if you sew this, it won't work. You have to take this back up through here. Okay? On the underneath side, pull you some slack in right here. That's going to turn on me. Pull you some slack in it. You're going to run this through here. I'll put it on the right side. Right like you had it. Right straight back through, just like you had it. Through there. And then back down through here again. And sew it to itself. Y'all see that? And then this will slide. And hold. See that? And then this will slide and hold through. And this will come down. See that? And then you stitch this back to itself. And this is what you're left with. Okay? So this, your strap, goes through your buckle twice. Okay? Let's do that again. All right? We put it on there. Through one side, through the other. Got that? Then we take it through whatever we're attaching it to, whether it's a bag, another clip of some sort, whatever. You take it back through there, okay? Just like that. Then you take it. Make you some slack in your first loop, okay? Take it up through there and back down through there. Just like that. And sew it back to itself. All right? And then you've got this nice little loopy-loop thing here that will slide. All right? Now then, y'all know how to do that too. And I've got something I can come back to and watch when I forget how to do it, because I probably will. I'm telling you, I've never had anything buffalo me like that little thing did. I never have. That thing buffaloed me completely. I had to sleep on it. This is the second day. I literally had to sleep on that to get that put together. But I did. Here we are. See our strap? See, look here, it just slides and adjusts to however long you want it to be. All right, now let's put our little, don't need that, do I? Let's put our little tassel on here. Like I said, I just bought me a tassel, you all. We'll make some tassels, but not for this project. All right, let's see if I can get this opened up. It's just got a little ring on it. Just a little tiny ring. Just like that. And I'm going to clip it right onto this zipper. Maybe. All right, now then. Well, there's my ring, y'all. It would do better if I had a larger ring, but I don't think I have any. I do not think that I have any. Let me hold that. Get it onto that. Now then. Well, y'all, I'm just not, this purse has just really got me buffaloed. I'm going to have to find me a bigger ring or piece of wire, and I've got some wire right here. Got all kinds of wire. I don't know where this came from, but we're going to use a piece of wire. Let's see, will these cut it? I don't know if they will or not. All right, I've got a piece of wire. We're going to run it through this. That's all a jump ring is, y'all, just a little piece of wire. Just a little wire. It's just cut real short. Now then, let's come up through here. All right, now then there's our little tassel. Look at that. We can just grab that and open it and close it. Look at there. Isn't that cute? It really is a cute little bag. Could it have gone together easier? Absolutely. Like I said, there are no directions for this pattern. It says to watch their YouTube video, which I want y'all to watch my videos, but if I make a pattern, I try to make it to where you don't absolutely have to. I try to give you instructions too, so that maybe you're not a visual learner or an auditory learner. Maybe you need to read it to comprehend it. A lot of people are that way. I like to make them easy so you can get it however you learn. All right, but there's our little bag, and I think I might carry this because I think it's cute. I don't care. I don't go very many places to carry a bag, but this is very, very cute. And adding a tassel and adding a pretty zipper and so forth really elevates your things from homemade to handmade. So, you know, add the extra little touches. Yeah, sometimes they are expensive, but there's our little bag. Isn't he cute? Our little skunk bag. He's so cute. He's just precious, adorable, absolutely adorable. But I'll keep watching because I'm going to come back with another video on a different bag, another circle bag. I'm going to create us a pattern, a good pattern with pockets on the outside, pockets on the inside, Lots of fun stuff because bags are not that hard to make. And we're going to make us another one. Probably won't have a little skunk on it, but it'll be cute. All right, so that's going to be all for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.